100 years ago, the dark wizard Hollowell raised an army and tried to conquer the world. He was stopped by an unlikely hero, Sheriff Aesop Stormwood. As Hollowell died, he prophesied that he would be reborn twice more and rise again. Stormwood looked him in the eye and said if Hollowell did, his descendants would strike him down. Sheriff Aesop Stormwood went on to form Stormwood and Associates to make sure they'd be ready for Hollowell's returns. A private detective, security, and federally licensed magic users agency. 25 years ago, Hollowell returned for the first time, and a Stormwood made good on Aesop's promise. But the third coming of Hollowell may not be so far in the future. But the young Raz Stormwood just might know it's coming, and she plans to be ready. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. Oh my god, guys, so much has happened. This is a really long storyline. There was a car, it was stolen. Something spooky about it. But it was stolen by a bunch of car thieves, which includes Michelle, NK's ex-girlfriend, and her brother Turk. But they stole the car because their team member Juan got kidnapped by evil billionaire Damian Cole, president and CEO of Coletech, a major tech firm. And the team's all certain that both Juan and the stolen car are currently at the Coletech headquarters, which is a gigantic 5-story building with a big circular hallway that you can fit like 3 cars across. It's like a mile in diameter. It's impossibly huge. And as Bill has discovered, held together by magic. So now they are literally driving 3 cars into the building with Michelle, with fellow car thief Walker in a Toyota Supra, Turk with Raz in his black Challenger, and NK is driving Babbitt and Bill in her Golf in a office building in the middle of the night. That's a gigantic office building in the middle of the night, and there are ramps to floors and things like that. Guys, listen to the previous episodes, please, because I keep trying to recap these, man, and it's hard. It's hard. All right. So Turk is on the 2nd level, and you guys suddenly see the lights in the building flicker as whatever. So the lights in the buildings flicker, and suddenly you hear like a klaxon, briefly, and it's clear that, and lots of lights turn red, and they're just lights. This isn't like the time you're in the mansion and the building actually turned red. This is like a conventional security system. And you see a whole bunch of lights turn red, a klaxon sounds, and you can be pretty sure that security knows you're here.
No, we'll probably be meeting the welcoming committee soon.
All right. I can tell you where Michelle's driving, but it's not really important because none of you are in that car. You can just assume she's making her way up the building. So, here's the fun. All right, so, yeah. Okay, Turk, Michelle, back to NK. All right. So, Bill, Bill, do you want me to do a whole round around this whole first level, or should we start going up?
We should probably just start going up. It's all pretty much equally spooky on this level so far.
All right. So she... I mean, it's a big building, though, dude. Like, you are literally almost a mile away from the opposite side of the building from where you are right now.
On the other hand, it's a really big building. Let's go all the way around. We can't make any risks.
All right. So, you guys continue going around clockwise. As you reach the area where, as you get further to like the 9 o'clock, just you entered at the south side of the building, so you entered at about 6 o'clock and you reach at about the 9 o'clock position, just using clock point terms to make it easy to know where in the circle you are. You see about 8, how many? No, you see 4 security guards kind of standing in surprise as a red Volkswagen Golf comes around the curve.
Yeah, this is scary.
And they're going to take, and there, these 4 guys. Sorry, I'm just marking out which ones because I pre-rolled a bunch of initiatives. They're going to take some shots at the car. If there's a problem, they can solve it. If you need to find someone, they can do it. Stormwood and Associates is a detective, security, and federally licensed magic users agency. If you need help, they'll be there. But don't get in their way, or else you'll get caught in the eye of the storm. So let's see how well, because of these. So we're using NK's dodge, vehicle combat. NK's dodge is so swiftness plus level. NK's swiftness plus level is level 3. Swiftness 6. All right, so these guys got to beat a 9 to hit. Two of them hit. And now let's see if they damage the car. Ooh. One of them does. All right, gotta mark this down. All right. So, Babbitt, you're up. Are you going to try to do anything?
Not right now.
Okay.
No.
Then, Bill, you're up.
I mean, so we're just, at this point, they shot at us.
Yeah.
Actually, oh, yeah. Can I cast kayak eyes on the car, as in my shield?
So the shield, what does shield do? Specifically, does that raise fitness or sweetness?
I'm actually not sure.
I think it just raises your fitness. And damage on vehicles isn't rolled like with characters. The vehicle gets NK's dodge, which still goes off of her swiftness. I don't know if I said sweetness or swiftness there for a minute. I'm still readjusting to new terms. The car gets her swiftness for dodge, but it doesn't have a fitness score. Damage to vehicles is done as a 50-50 coin flip. I will say that I would let you use your heal on the car. Where, like right now, the car's been damaged once, so she gets a -2 on pursuit rolls. But she has a +2 on pursuit rolls because she's a driver.
Right.
If a car gets damaged 4 times, it's disabled. So what I'm saying, if you wanted to use your healing spell on the car, I would treat it as a mending spell, and then it would heal the effectively your roll we would count as based on the minus. So if the car was damaged once and it's a -2, we would say that if you healed it for 2, it would go back to nothing. If it damaged 3 times, where it would be on a -7 on its rolls, it would be like healing 7 points. So if you like healed it when it was damaged 3 times for 4, it would take it up to like it was damaged twice, because it would be at a -3, which is like at the -5 for damage twice. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I
might hold off on healing the car though.
Obviously don't do it right now, because NK's a good enough driver to counteract that. But I will say that I would let your heal mend a vehicle.
Okay.
Are you gonna do anything right now though?
I'm going to scream in the back seat.
All right, NK's gonna roll her eyes, and we're gonna go to her, and she's gonna she's going to swing the back end out of the car, dramatically, kind of go into a drift and hit 2 of the guards. And as a sweet move, does that work?
Yes.
Yes.
And they are splatter on the pavement. And they are on foot, though, so she's going to keep driving. They are not going to be able to pursue. We're back at Turk and Raz. Turk and Raz, you drive up. You're on the 2nd level. The alarm just went off. I've obviously been like separating the. Obviously, this we haven't been. I was subgrouping the initiative orders there, because even though Raz's initiative was in the middle of that, as was Turk's, it didn't make sense to cut back and forth for each and every scene. All right, so Turk is on the 2nd floor. You are going counterclockwise. You start hearing the sound of motorcycles.
Fun.
Screeching around the corner behind you. On the 2nd level. Alright, because apparently they did plan on driving around this building at some point. Are 2 motorcycles, each with a rider, and then someone riding a second rider on the back of the motorcycle who is armed. As you guys bend the corner, they are approaching. Turk is driving. They round the corner. Raz, we're at you.
Where are they in relation to our car?
They're behind you. They're accelerating towards you. They're closing the distance. So like right now they're a little far back, but even in just like within they are catching up to you.
They're kind of fanned out. They're spacing.
Actually, they're relatively close together. They're They're probably, like, even though, so these hallways are wide enough where you could probably fit 4 cars, they're only about, like, a car width apart from each other. Like, they're relatively close to each other. I'm assuming you have both a gun and your grappling gun?
Yes. Of course I do.
Right. We didn't establish it before combat, so I'm checking now before anything happens.
I think we could just assume I have both at, like, every job we do.
Unless we've explicitly had reasons why they wouldn't be there, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you're in an evening gown.
Yeah.
You're not in an evening gown, right?
Not right now, but I could be.
You could have. No judgment.
The night is young.
Who knows who I may have to seduce later.
Maybe the Mustang. No,
I may have to seduce the Mustang. You're right. Well, actually, it's Babbitt who will have to seduce the Mustang, so good luck.
He's a very handsome
Thank you.
I'm just wondering if I could use my grappling hook to, like, grab onto one guy and, like, try to, like, use, like, direct Turk to use the momentum of our car to like, take one motorcycle and bash it into another one. Like, going around the corner.
All right. Yeah, well, technically you're always going around a corner in this place.
Yes, but...
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's like, so you want to do that as a sweep move?
Yes. I have 7 of them. I'm going to try to use them all this time.
All right, so you're going to shoot your grappling hook, try to hook one of the motorcycles, and it's the car, because the car is always turning, like you're going to yank on the cable to try to pull the bike into the other one?
Yeah, because I can probably whip it around, like, the back end of our car to use as leverage.
All right. Do people think that works?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's cool.
All right, I'm going to describe this very dramatically. You can correct me if I'm describing this wrong.
Yeah.
Raz obviously rolls down the window of the Challenger, like, almost like sits out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Aims her grappling hook gun and shoots it into the handlebars of one of the motorcycles, which are gaining. Quickly retracting the cable and wrapping it around one of her arms, she, while bracing one arm on the roof of the Challenger, yanks violently her arm, sending one of the motorcycles off balance, skidding into the other one, the both colliding. Did I get that right?
I think so.
All right, so we get to roll damage. So I need to know what... we're going to count that as a range attack? We'll count that as a range attack. It could technically also be a melee, but we're going to count it as a range just for simplicity. So give me your range plus level plus 1d10.
Ooh, it hopped onto my notebook. But, let's see. 9, 14.
All 4 of them explode in a fiery crash into one of the glass windows, the glass shattering dramatically, like a nice upward angle of the glass shattering down towards the camera. And a small fireball erupts, and your cable somehow manages to detach itself from the accident and retract back into your gun.
And I adjust my shades, and because I'm guessing these bikes are not as good as my Indian, so I'm just gonna say, fucking Yamahas. get and like slide back into the car.
They were the generic sport bike that the production company got on sale.
Yep.
Did
Alright.
something cool just happen? I think I heard the noises of something cool happening.
I took out how many bikes did I took out 4 bikes?
We took out 2 guys on. You took out 4 guys on 2 bikes.
I took out 2 bikes.
Nice.
All right. So. Dead. All right, that person hasn't shown up yet, so their initiative order doesn't matter. Michelle's doing something, although I'm going to write down where she is so I don't forget. All right. Now that takes us back to NK, who is still driving around the first level. Bill, you going to detect spooky for me?
Yes.
All right, I will say that NK's flying super fast. Like, she's going a good 90 miles an hour around this circle, so you're covering some good ground. Roll me a d10.
Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's a lot going on right. 9.
You're pretty sure that what you're looking for is on a higher level than where you are.
Okay, I think we should go up. I'm pretty sure it's not on this floor.
Okay. NK pulls to the right and takes a ramp up to the next level, to the second floor. As she emerges, you see the fiery wreckage of 2 motorcycles.
That's our boss.
And yeah, so what you also hear though are 2 motorcycles that are heading straight at the car. And it's a very similar situation where it's these are the riders who are coming behind those other riders to join them, and you are driving straight at them. Babbitt, you're up.
Okay, does this car have a sunroof?
No.
Okay. Then I'm gonna roll down the window and crawl onto the top of the car, and I want to leap onto one of the motorcycles and try to knock off the gunner.
So while it's coming at you, you want to, when it reaches the car, jump on to the motorcycle with 2 people on it and try to pull the gunner off of it. Like jump on.
Yes.
All right. That's going to be a sweet move.
Yes.
All right. So does everybody vote that would work?
Seems cool.
Yes.
All right. So before we execute that, I want to know what Bill's going to do, because in theory, Bill still has the reaction time for the motorcycles to approach. Are you going to do anything, Bill?
Well, now that I know, it sounds like I look over at Babbitt, who looks like he has something planned.
Right, but there's
I've rolled down the window.
Okay, so Babbitt has rolled. So I'm going to say Babbitt's at the point where he's rolled down the window and climbed onto the roof. He just hasn't made the jump yet.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm going to. I guess I could try spell chucking like a psychic flamethrower at them.
All right, which one are you going to target? So the bikes are coming. There are 2 coming on the left of the car, so there's 1 bike with 2 people on it coming on the left of the car, and 1 bike with 2 people on it coming on the right of the car.
All right, gonna go for the guy on the right. I just have a feeling.
Okay. So,
Looked at me the wrong way.
Babbitt, are you going for the guy on the left or the guy on the right?
Well, I'm on the right side of the car, so I was going to go for the right bike.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Okay, maybe I could go for the left. That's fine.
You guys got to talk. Like, you're on a team. I'm being nice. I almost made you do this simultaneously.
I'm going for the guy on my side.
Oh, okay. I was gonna get the guy on your side, so you didn't get
Yeah, don't do
okay,
that.
don't do. Okay, I won't do that.
All right, so are you gonna go for the guy on the left, Bill?
I'm gonna go for the guy.
Are you
on
gonna
the
roll
left,
down
so
the
I don't-
goddamn window?
I guess.
It's a 4-door golf, so you have a window to roll down.
I'm rolling the window down.
All right.
I'm just imagining Bill just like furiously hand cranking.
That's
He
because
probably
that's
doesn't
what
have
I'm
a hand
Yeah,
doing.
crank.
because you know it's manual windows because it saves on weight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Bill, you've rolled down the window. All right, so we're gonna start this out with so Babbitt, you're jumping on the bike on the right, and you're gonna try to pull off the gunner, or are you gonna also try to pull off the driver?
Ideally, that would also happen. Yes.
Right. So okay. So we're gonna start with your sweet move damage. It's gonna be a bare hands for you because you're hurling your own body at them. And are you gonna try to get on the motorcycle to ride it, or are you just trying to knock the
Yes.
bike? Okay.
I am trying to ride it.
All right. So everyone voted that this works. So I need you to roll your damage. So these guys are both fodder. So your bare hands plus your level plus 1d10.
10.
Yeah. All right. You leap from the car dramatically, almost as if it's slow motion because the viewers would see slow motion. As you land on the car, you dive on, immediately kicking the gunner off of the bike. You kind of twist midair because you were facing forward as the bike came towards you, and you kind of like flip to the side midair. Your foot intersects with the guy with the gun's head, sending him off the bike. And as you recover, you knee the driver in the head. And as he flies off to the right, you kind of do this midair spin in the end, landing on the motorcycle. You are now headed away from NK's car on the motorcycle, not even breaking a pace. Now, Bill, I need you to roll your damage on the other two people. So your range plus level plus 1d10. Bill, as you furiously roll down the window, extend your tractable wand, and as you actually extend your arm, literally the motorcycle touches your wand as you cast Psychic Flamethrower, and it just dust. Like, they took the full brunt of this spell at point blank range, and it's like it immediately like poofed like a Buffy vampire.
Wow!
So Babbitt, are you going to keep going the way you're going, or are you going to try to turn the bike around? And
I might as well keep going the way I'm going.
Okay.
I'll figure it. I'll meet him eventually.
Okay. So, Turk is going up a level, which I did not write down. Well, that was his plan, is to go up a level. I will say that Babbitt, as you see up ahead, you see the back of because the motorcycles are going faster than the cars are, or at least the motorcycles are going faster than Turk's car is, because NK can drive faster because her car is more nimble than the kind of like big pony car that Turk's driving. So Turk's got to take these roads slower. You are in a fast, small motorcycle. You see Turk's car going up a ramp ahead to the third level.
I wave to them.
Raz, did you get back in the car, or are you still hanging out of the car?
No, I slid back in.
Okay, I just couldn't remember. Well, it's just. Do you think you're looking at the rearview mirror? you hear a motorcycle coming behind you.
Yeah, so like I hear that and I'm just like, bad guys?
And it's Babbitt.
He waves.
I lean out and I wave back.
All right. So you guys are... Babbitt, are you going to follow them up to the 3rd level? Because here's... Babbitt, where are you going?
I'll meet you on the other side. It's a circle.
Okay.
We just got up here. We're gonna be covering
Right.
the entire.
Okay. All right. So, Turk is going up to the 3rd level, and let me roll a die real quick here. All right. So Turk pulls the car onto the 3rd level, and lo and behold, 3 more motorcycles come down a level behind you from the 4th level. These just have a single rider on each, and they are going to open fire. These 3 bikers are going to open fire on the Challenger. They are coming straight at it. Let me... Suitable that Turk is driving the Challenger, which is the less agile vehicle, because he's got the lower dodge. Dodge is that plus level, so his dodge is 7. So all 3 of those guys hit. So bullets ricochet off the hood of the Challenger. And he is going to take 1 damage on the Challenger. I need to write that down. So the Challenger's going to take a damage. And Raz, you're up.
So they're coming straight for us from the front.
Yes. You guys can assume that Michelle and Walker are having a similar experience to you guys. I'm just not going to bother, I'm just going to roll some dice before you meet up with them to see how much damage they took.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 3 motorcycles coming right at you.
Trying to think of a cool thing I could do to take out all 3 at once.
Well, what would you like to ask me about the environment?
Ooh. What is
All right, so
these hallways?
these hallways...
Are they like big plants?
So, okay. Is there, I didn't hear what you asked.
Oh, are there like big plants? Like
So-
big fake potted plants or something?
So there
Like
aren't a
junk like
lot
that?
there aren't a lot of plants. There are, so this is what the hallway looks like. So the ground is this beautiful white tile. There are occasionally there are some vertical cement pillars. Like this entire area, like the area you're driving in, is a central hallway which is about 4 car lanes wide. And then it's all glass offices and like server rooms but they're all like varying on, depending on where you are in the building, whether it's offices, server rooms, just like bullpens of programmers and designers. But they're behind glass. The lights are suspended from the ceiling. There are these large light fixtures that are interspersed across the ceiling that are probably about like these 15-foot wide banks of lights that are suspended from cables. That are like periodically throughout, that are periodically strung up to provide lighting for the central hall. There are occasional pieces of large artwork that are also set aside, and every once in a while, thankfully, parted away far enough apart where you don't have to worry about hitting them with the car. There are also benches for people to sit on if they're because this is a huge building, and if they're walking around this building, they're going to need to sit down.
And oh man. And how are these tracks of lights situated? Would they be running perpendicular or parallel with?
They run perpendicular. So, if you're asking me, would all three bikes be driving under the same light fixture at the same time? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Then I believe I'd like to use a sweet move to use my real gun to shoot out all the connectors, all the cables. Yeah.
All right.
And just quick shot, boom, 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 boom. So it comes crashing down at the same time.
All right. All right. So that sounds like a sweet move. Does everybody agree that would work?
It seems pretty cool, so I'm in favor of it.
Babbitt?
Yep.
Okay. So you lean slightly out the window. You go bang, bang, bang. You shoot 4 of the support cables, which is enough weight to cause it to strain, not enough support. Those 4 cables snap. You hit them just right, and it's enough for the light fixture to just start crashing down on one side as the motorcycles are passing under it. Colliding with all 3 bikes. Now I need you to roll me damage. So this is going to be... We're going to call this a ranged attack. And so give me your range plus level plus 1d10.
That's a 15.
Okay. So light comes crashing down, knocks out all 3 of these guys. They are just down. Enough of the light support didn't come down where Turk is able to pull the car to the left and drive around this. Actually, does he? He does. All right, yeah. So he's able to dodge the light fixture. And yeah, so you guys make it past there. You guys are on level 3, and he is going to be looking for a path up to level 4 as soon as possible because you're on the get to the top level mission. That brings us back to NK, who is on level 2. And she's just driving as fast as she can, hoping to get a good read for Bill. So Bill, well, Babbitt, we're actually at you.
Okay.
You're riding your motorcycle.
Yep.
The opposite direction.
Yes.
All right, so I want you to roll me a d10.
5.
All right. You see a couple of guys in security guard uniforms up ahead, not on bikes, but there are 2 guys standing up ahead, and they are going to raise their guns, and they are going to take a shot at you. So So, what's your dodge? What's
8.
your dodge is 8. So let's see if either of these guys take it. And they're shooting at you, not the bike, because you're
Right.
exposed. You're not in a car. And they both just barely miss you.
Damn right.
No, wait, they hit. They hit. I forgot
Oh.
to add their level. Aha. Sorry.
Ah, fuck.
No, wait, they miss. I added the wrong number.
Damn right.
Look, man. I did the math wrong. I was too generous with their attack. I accidentally added their swiftness plus their D10 and not their effective combat statistic plus their D10. So you're fine. So these two guys shoot at you, and I'm assuming you're just driving.
I'm just driving.
So yeah, they take a couple shots, you zoom right by. They're
Yeah,
not
flip
on
them off as I
bikes.
go.
They're not a threat. All right, so back to Bill in the back of NK's car. Roll me a D10, Bill.
Got it. Shazam! 7.
All right, you know that it's at a higher level.
Alright. We gotta keep going up. Eh.
Babbitt, we're going up.
Okay, I'll be going up.
So she's going to find a route to level 3.
I'll just take the next ramp I get to.
All right. Turk is pulling up to level 4. Zoom, zoom. And let's see here. How's your luck doing? All right. So he's going to keep driving without a huge amount of fanfare. There doesn't seem to be... So level 4, you guys pull up on level 4. All the lights are out on level 4. Level 3, some of the offices were lit up. Some of them were dark. You could see into server rooms. Level 4, the central hallway is lit up. But every single office is black. Completely dark. The only thing illuminating it is a little bit of the light from the hallway is getting in there, just but there is no actual illumination in these offices. And these offices go pretty deep. So it's just dark and kind of ominous. And no security guards show up. So NK, we're just. I'm rolling to see where security ends up confronting you guys, and so that's why I didn't know who was going to be on level 4. And so far at the part of the building you're in, there's nobody. So I'm gonna jump back to and he's gonna keep looking for level 5. Back to NK and Bill. NK drives up to level 3. Babbitt, you're driving up to level 3?
Yep.
Alright, it takes you a minute, but you find a ramp. You're on level 3. And, oh yeah, you're driving the same direction that... so yeah, you totally... you totally drive past the remains of a bunch of motorcycles and a crash light fixture.
Nice job.
Thanks. It was fun.
All right, so you're on level 3 going one way. They're on level 3 going the other. Bill, roll me a d10.
7.
Okay. You need to go up.
Still gotta go up further. We're not there yet.
All right, and let me quick roll something here to see if Babbitt has bad luck. Babbitt, there is a motorcycle coming towards you.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay. These walls, are they curved so like I could drive up on one?
Well, they're made of glass.
Right. That's right. Forgot. Okay.
So, no.
No. Yeah, no. All right.
They might be strong enough glass to support human weight, but not motorcycle at high speed weight.
Yeah. Okay, then... I want to speed past him.
All right, you're going to speed past him?
Yep.
All right, he's going to, as you go past him, dramatically brake, drop a leg, do the Akira slide, and then follow you.
Yep.
I'm going to do this combat for a minute here. The motorcycle is now coming up on fast behind you.
Okay. I want to slow down to be even with him.
Okay. As you slow down to be even with him, he pulls out a gun, and he's going to take a shot at you.
Sure.
What's your dodge again?
8.
He misses.
Okay.
Your turn.
I jump over onto the bike and try to knock him off.
It's a sweet move.
Sweet move, yeah.
I vote that works.
It worked.
I was hoping you'd do that whether you were going the opposite direction because it might have been more dramatic, but... All right, so you're going to jump over the motorcycle. Bill, I didn't hear your vote.
Oh, yes. It's silly enough that I believe it.
He's a fodder character and only has 3 health, and I could make you roll for this, for the damage, but you're level 3.
Yeah.
You by default... No, like, even if you had, like, I don't think you have any negative combat statistics, so it's bare hands, which I know is your best one.
Yes, it is.
So there is no way that this isn't successful at just, like, wiping the floor with this guy. So you jump from your motorcycle, leaping into this guy, knock him on the ground, you grab the handlebars and swing over, and now are racing off on this motorcycle.
Yep.
All right, so NK's going to drive up to the next, to level 4. All right. You are driving around level 4. Turk is driving around level 4, and you are not seeing a ramp to go up.
Oh, boy.
This is Turk and Raz. Eventually, as you drive around, you see parked the Toyota Supra with Michelle and Walker just standing next to it, looking confused. Turk slows down the car. And stops in front of him. I don't understand. The blueprint said there were ramps to go up from here. There's another floor to this building. My name is Trey Dorn, and I was your game master for this session. Joining me, as always, was Kyle Johnson as Babbitt, Nick Izumi as Bill, and Gen Proc as Raz Stormwood. Stormwood and Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/Stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/Nerd and Tie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. To be continued. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network. And that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Feywild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game. So, an actual play game like this one, but like, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Feywild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.